Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to episode 8 of Grimm Tuesdays. And today I am going to be reviewing the tale called The Cat and the Mouse in Partnership. So this story opens up with a cat who we find out is a male, and straight away he falls in love with a mouse who is a female. Now we have no idea whether this love is a romantic kind or whether it's a love for like another person, like a sibling or a friend. But regardless about what type of love it actually is, they are both living together. And one day they actually discuss that, okay, winter is coming and we have to put away some food so we can have something to eat during that snowy period. So they both decide to have this big pot and fill it up with something called dripping. Now, I had to Google this because I had no idea what dripping was. And for the purposes of this video, I wanted to find that out. So as far as I'm aware, that dripping is parts of fat or unwanted material from either a cow or a pig. And they are mixed together into some sort of slushy, gooey stew substance. So these are all the fatty materials and all the unwanted bits and pieces coming from them carcasses. So probably something that you're not going to eat or be interested in eating if you're a vegan. So the cat and the mouse get this pot and they fill up with all this dripping, and they discuss about where to actually put this and keep it and store it. So they come up with the idea about storing it in a church near their house or where they're actually living. And they say, right, we'll leave the pot of dripping in the church, and then when winter is here, we will go to the church and get the pot so we can have something to eat in the cold. The cat gets it into his mind that, okay, he really wants to have some of this dripping, he is hungry, and he just wants to sneak off and eat some of it. So he comes up with the idea about making up a story that one of his aunts invites him to be the godfather to one of the little kittens that are in the family. And the cat tells the mouse that he has to go to this christening and have this kitten, I suppose, baptized. So the mouse just tells him, yeah, sure, you go ahead, you do what you need to do. But in the story, it's made really obvious that this cat has made up this story, and secretly he snuck out to the church to eat some of this dripping in this massive pot behind the mouse's back. But he only eats the top layer of the dripping. So when he comes back, the mouse asks him, okay, how did things go? What is the baby called? And the cat tells the mouse that the kitten is called Top Off, which he thinks, okay, that's really a strange name. It's really unusual, but okay, fair enough. And the cat, after hearing, okay, this is a silly name for a kitten, well, he says, well, it actually is better than having someone being called Crumb Stealer. As time goes on, the cat is still hungry for this dripping, and he makes up another story saying, right, there's this another kitten that needs to be christened, and I'm the kitten's godfather. So once again, he goes off to the church with the mouse's blessing and eats half of the dripping. And when he comes back, the mouse asks him how did it go again and what is the kitten's name. He says half out. And of course the mouse is very suspicious about this, but she accepts it. She just thinks, okay, it's a bit of a weird name, but okay, fair enough. People can call their kittens or children whatever they want. But then the cat is still hungry for this dripping, and he once again comes up with another story that he has got to go to yet another christening and be this kitten's godfather. These are all separate kittens, by the way. So he goes off to the church and he eats all of the dripping. He licks the pot clean until there isn't anything left. And when he comes back, he says that this kitten is called All Out. So at this point, the mouse is extremely suspicious about what's been going on, and they both know that winter is right around the corner, and they go to the church to retrieve the pot of all this dripping. But when the mouse discovers that the cat has been secretly been lying to her and sneaking behind her back and going to the church and eating this dripping, you would think that she would be saying, "Oh, you know, we're all gonna die. You've eaten this. How dare you steal from me? We should have shared this meal together." But instead, we're all gonna die and actually freeze to death. But no, it doesn't go in that direction. The mouse forgives the cat, and she names off all of these made-up kittens that the cat has thought up in his mind. But at this point, he is so full of anger and rage. He says to the mouse, "Look, basically, shut up. If you say one more word, I will eat you." But at that point, the last name of this made-up kitten is on the tip of the mouse's tongue, and it accidentally rolls off. And this results in the cat jumping towards the mouse and actually eating the mouse. And at the end, the very last sentence of this story is basically that this happens every single day, and this is the way of the world. This is how things are. You cannot change nature. You cannot change people. You cannot change their instincts. A cat and a mouse will never ever be friends. There will always be that stigma attached to them that a cat is a predatory animal, and whenever a cat sees a mouse, their predatory instincts kick in and they have to chase after the mouse and ultimately try to kill it and eat it. This was a really interesting story, it really was. Although it's a bit basic, it was a very nice story to read. It really was really refreshing to read. Apart from one of our main characters being eaten by a character that said that they supposedly love them, it kind of reminded me a lot about all these documentaries that you see online or on TV about all these serial killers that were in a relationship with the deceased victim, and it ended up with them killing them. But yeah, let me know if you read this as a child. Let me know if you are familiar about this story. So that's all I had to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please feel free to watch all the other episodes of this new series I've actually created, where I am going through all the tales by the brothers Grimm. I've created a whole playlist, so please feel free to check that out. So with all that out of the way, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.